AHAVA blessings. Welcome to this video. My name is Ana Otero and I am the founder of the Desert Rose Mystery School. In this video, I am going to share the creation frequencies for the month of November. Now, we just went into the month of Cheshvan, Scorpio, and I like to work with the Aramaic creation spirituality, which is the Aramaic Hebrew calendar. It is a lunar solar calendar. And so, as I said, we've just gone into the month of Cheshvan, Scorpio, and this is a very, very, very powerful month. We already know that Scorpio deals with very deep energies, very deep healing. And also, Scorpio is really connected to power, to money, the lineage, and to sexuality. And so Cheshvan carries all of these themes and even more, because when we work with the months and within Aramaic creation spirituality, we also work with the Aramaic Hebrew letters that created the zodiacal frequency, right? And so in this month, we are working with the letter Nun. And the Aramaic Hebrew letter Nun is actually the letter that created the zodiacal frequency of Scorpio. This is a very, very powerful letter because it is connected to Yeshua in many ways. Within the Nun, we have the 33 Nun codes, and you can find that in my book, information about these Nun codes in my book, Mary Magdalene and the Teachings of the Desert Rose. And actually, I think in the year 2020, I created the Nun codes oracle cards. They are out of stock, but I will be bringing these again because they're very, very powerful, the Nun codes. And also we work with the 50 gates of understanding. With this letter. And so all of that is connected to the month of Cheshvan, Scorpio. And the 50 gates of understanding are really important because they're divided into different gates. And the first gates are gates 1 to 7, and they correspond to the Malkuta, the Malchut, the kingdom. And the gates 1 to 7 connected to this letter are actually the 7 demons, or the 7 powers of Mary Magdalene, the demons that Yeshua helped Mary Magdalene alchemize, and the 7 powers, because once they are alchemized, they really are powers. And so through this beautiful letter Nun, which represents the fish, which is the infinite power of creation, it is the infinite yoni of creation. Through this letter, we can see that Yeshua frequently did these types of initiations with the 7 demons or the 7 gates of Malchut, which are all about the purification and the empowerment through these 7 gates. So it's a very, very powerful letter. Nun is about wisdom. Nun is about death and rebirth. And Nun is really about going deep within and releasing everything. And this is really the theme of the month of November until we get to the month of Kislev later on towards the end, which is the month of Sagittarius. The months begin on the new moon or a day after the new moon. And so one of the biggest themes in the month of Cheshvan, Scorpio, and in November, as it is an 11 month, we've got the 11-11 portal, is the process of unbecoming. Now, we know that to become, we need to unbecome, right? But this month, the process of unbecoming is very, very deep. Releasing who we think we are, our identity, our lineage, what we think we do, our work, all of that, releasing all of the titles and coming into an emptiness, a nakedness, this raw nakedness that allows us to understand that at the end of the day, we are just pure essence of love and of creation. And so to actually feel that and experience that, there is this process of letting go, right? And letting go is something very difficult for all of us because it's not just about letting go of the past or letting go of what no longer serves me, but it's also about letting go of things that we truly love and honor and feel so connected to, but just because they're no longer part of our expansion. And I'm not going to say they're no longer part of our journey, because they are always part of our journey. Everything we have done in life, every person that we have met, every relationship that we have had, everything is part of our journey. But in this present moment, all of us are called to expand into something. When we go into the Cheshvan Scorpio portal, it's like going into this deep cosmic, or more than cosmic, even earthly womb, this very, very deep, deep womb of darkness, where we are wanting and given the opportunity and the strength, especially the ancestors that are surrounding us, to cultivate and awaken a new light. The light is always there, but it's something about searching for this new light. And curiously, the first of the Nun codes, Yeshua's Nun codes, is Huba, the holy flame of desire in Aramaic. And so there is this process of finding that light in the depths of the water, in the darkness. And so this light calls for a new expansion. And sometimes we need to release certain things so that we can expand more, right? And so it is about letting go. And there's this process of reconstructing even the root chakra with our lineage, because we're so connected to our earthly lineage, yet we carry the love of that lineage and the power and the gifts. We also carry the trauma of that lineage. And so how can we cleanse that trauma so that we can truly bring in the light? This is something that we talked about in our Magdalene Shabbat on October 31st, just removing that negativity that we carry so that the true light and blessings of our lineage can come through. So it is about honoring the lineage, offering prayers to the lineage, and also doing a lot of deep work with our lineage. Because at the end of the day, our true blood, our true ancestry is that of the light. Yet we choose to have an ancestry on earth to learn, to grow, to heal. And the more we do that, the more we tap into the ancestry of light. And so this process of unbecoming that we are called to experience is about letting go. And at the end of the day, it is the ego. The ego attaches to certain things. The ego wants to attach to even who we think we are or what we do. All of that are just titles. And how can we remove all of that and unbecome? Even how can we remove our culture, our language, our country, all of that, to understand that we are soul, that we are one, that we come from the collective womb of light, right? And so there's a beautiful, beautiful theme in this month of Cheshvan, Scorpio. Another aspect that I really wanted to talk about that we're finding in this month is that anytime we come close to energies of lineage, there are a lot of powerful souls that surround us that have not been birthed yet into the earth. So there's this powerful energy happening right now, and experience in the blue ethers or in the heavens above, in the light of souls that are preparing themselves to come in at some moment. And there is a strong presence of Sarah Tamar, the Christ, the child of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua. And she guides these souls into coming in, and she even schools them as well and prepares them. And they're very, very high vibrational beings and souls coming into the earth that are very prepared. And so we're actually really connecting with a lot of these energies right now. And so it's important to be very mindful, well, even in this month of Cheshvan Scorpio, be mindful with our words and our thoughts, because we're seeding that into the new expansion, but also for these souls to have prayers for them, knowing that they will be coming into the earth soon at some point. And I'll talk about I'll talk about it now. The Magdalene Revelations Oracle card that came out for the month of November is very powerful, because it is Sara Lakali. And Sara Lakali is just a beautiful transmission. If we can look at the card and look at the colors and look at everything happening, I'll close up a little bit so that you can see. Yeah. Okay. And so this card, Sara Lakali, is a beautiful Black Madonna, and we know that she's venerated in Sainte Marie de la Mer, and she's taken out into the ocean. And I don't want to get into what is true, what is not true, what is myth, what is history, but we can actually bring the essence of Sarah Tamar, the Christ, the child that holds such a high frequency, into the experience of Sara Lakali, the grounded earthly experience. And Sara Lakali is really about the unification of all of the tribes, and not just the tribes here on earth, but the tribes in heaven. And so there's something about working with the process of unification and unifying what we feel separate within our lives, that's going to help these new souls coming into the earth because they need that high vibration. And so this is a really, really beautiful card to work with because she asks us to work with the land. She represents the rose of the new earth, actually, right? The high frequency of the unification of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, but grounding it into the earth as well. And if we think about it, she is the last known light being of physical of the Christ lineage, but I'm sure there are a lot more because we are receiving their seed through the light, but I think you understand me. And she represents kind of like a closing circle because we have Sarai the matriarch and Sarai the Nukhra, which is Sarah Tamar. So there's something about a new generation coming now, like Sarai the matriarch, that new generation, a new generation coming now as well. And so we're going to chant together the mantra that I proposed for the month of November. I also will include the link to an article that I wrote, a blog article about this mantra, Arpea Batala, in Aramaic. And there are 22 days. If you do 22 days, you will really receive a strong activation. And there are also affirmations to do on each day. And so Arpea Batala means to be free and to heal. And so it's so much more than that. It heals the lineage. It heals, it breaks away cords that keep us stagnant. It helps us heal trauma. It is just this powerful expansion and opening of freedom, of healing, and moving away from anything that is traumatic, painful from our lineage or our past lives. And actually, Arpea Batala, these words in Aramaic, are contained within the Magnificat, that beautiful prayer that Mother Mary says to Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, when she's carrying Yeshua. And also Mother Anna prays this. And so it is a song of light conception in the sense that it cleanses. They were saying it to cleanse the beautiful life that they were holding within their wombs, but also it cleanses everything that we bring into the world, and it cleanses ourselves. And so we pronounce it Arpea Batala. So let's sing together. Arpea Batala, Arpea Batala, Arpea Batala, Arpea Batala, Arpea Batala, Arpea Batala, Arpea Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, beautiful mantra. And now that you know how to sing it, what I recommend is to sing it for 7 minutes, because we're working with those first 7 gates of the 50 gates of understanding. And it really cleanses that so that we can actually go into this expansion of our mission, of our power. Very, very beautiful mantra. And just one more thing before we finish this transmission, this talk. There is this full moon in Taurus this month, and always remember that when we are in the full moon energy, there is the radiance of the moon that is the light of the sun. And just like the moon does not have her light, only the light of the sun, we do not have our light. We have the light of Allah, Divine Mother Father. And when it is in Taurus, it is exalted in healing energy, a lot of healing energy for the earth. And again, we actually received Saralakali for this month, and also the strong energies of Taurus and the Hathors, very healing energies, ground through the presence of Saralakali as well. I'm wishing all of you an amazing month, and remember that the Mary Magdalene Priestess and Priest Training, the Magdalene Ministry for 2026 is open for registration. We already have an amazing group of souls, amazing, that have signed up for this training, and I will leave the link below as well. AHAVA.